Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
Welcome into another edition of Sports Junkies. I'm Steve Sparky, Fifer from Sports Radio 1250 WSSP in Milwaukee, co-host of the Wendy's Big Show, weekdays from 2 until 6. Of course, Gery Woelfel of the Racine Journal-Times, and time to talk a little high school football. I was disappointed
I hear something
that my guy Pancotti and Case couldn't get it done against Horlick. And they not only couldn't get it done, they got whooped.
So all the Horlick fans out there are rejoicing now, you know?
Hey, man,
good job.
They did what they had to do, absolutely.
The Rebels came to play, you know? They have a nice team. They've been banged up a little bit, and I'll tell you what, they need to be healthy coming up Friday night.
I'm surprised, I guess, that Indian Trail lost to Franklin last week. I thought Indian Trail just had this conference. But now Horlick, like you said, is going to have their hands full with Indian Trail. And it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. I think Indian Trail wins at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But when you have a playmaker, a quarterback like Horlick does, that will always give them a chance to win.
Yeah, you know what? I was surprised Indian Trail got beat last week, too, because I thought they are a very good team. Mm-hmm. It just shows you how Franklin has progressed. But I talked to one of our local coaches, and he said right up front, he goes, Franklin's the better team. They're going to win. And he was absolutely right. As far as Horlick, though, I mean, one thing that Horlick has done pretty well all year is run the ball. With Reyes, McKinstry, Barry, and Neal. That might be the best group of running backs in this part of the state. I mean,
Neal's a quarterback.
Yeah, but he's a great runner.
Yeah, sure.
He's an excellent runner. He's probably he is a better runner than passer. So if they can dominate the running game, I think they got a legitimate shot.
All right, so that's one game, obviously, to talk about. Another game, Racine Park, doesn't look like they're going to win a game because they end up playing Franklin here at the end of the season. They're going to go winless.
That would be a bigger upset than the Jets beating the Colts.
No, it's not going to happen.
It's not gonna, but you know what? In fairness to Dennis Thompson and his staff, man, I'll tell you what. They if nothing else, they kept that team together.
Right.
They didn't have defections. You know, they didn't have a lot of disgruntled players. It's tough not winning a game, and then when you're banged up on top of it, that makes for a real tough situation.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then, of course, Racine Case.
You're so agreeable this morning. What did you have, a breakfast for the first time in your life, or what?
No, I just have my orange soda that I always get.
There you go.
Racine Case at Oak Creek, not playing for much here against Oak Creek. But as it's pointed out today in the Racine Journal-Times in the game capsule, this is a team that returns a large portion of its offense intact next year. So this team should be better next year.
Yeah, basically the whole basketball team is playing football now, which is good for Pancotti. I mean, when you got Tyrese Pinson and you got Darian King, I mean, those two guys are very good athletes. They both had successful seasons. Right. I think they finally have their act together. I think there's a foundation there, a core that going forward
now it's all about,
pretty good.
And it's all about the off-season program now. It's all about getting bigger and stronger.
Are you going to lead the pack?
That's the one thing. Well,
are you going to go out there and
no? But I'm just saying that offensive line, they need to get bigger on the offensive line. You can only do with what you have from a body standpoint. But that's one thing that I think that would be my number one goal is figure out a way to get bigger. But again, you only have the guys you have. If he had a bunch of 6'5", 300-pound guys,
who does this case have again?
He'd be down in Oak Creek.
Oak Creek.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what?
not going to beat Oak Creek.
You know what though? They might be right. Oak Creek might be looking ahead and saying, "Hey, we're getting
the playoffs."
Yeah, exactly. That they're looking to the playoffs. They don't want to get anybody banged up.
I don't know. It's a Bartholomew coach team. I like Coach Barth.
I agree, but I think this is the one game where Case really has a chance to say, "Hey, let's do something good into our season on a high."
That'd be great. Yeah.
If they could give them a really competitive game, that'd be great.
It'd be a great way to go in the offseason, upsetting Oak Creek. The game that everybody's going to be talking about that had more juice up until Thomas More got beat last week. St. Cat's.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. St. Cat's at Thomas More this week. I'm taking St. Cat's. I'm with you. They're the best team. They're the best team in the county. And they're going to be a handful in the playoffs for whoever has to face them.
Absolutely. And you know what I like about St. Catherine's now is their quarterback, Justin Stafford. We all know they got a great running back.
It's all about the running back tandem.
Matt and King are very good, and they have a young player as well that's really good. But the guy that has come the farthest in my mind is Stafford, the quarterback. They got this little play where they throw Madden into the line, okay? So, of course, the defense converges on him. And then once he breaks loose, he runs towards, 10, 15 yards down the field, and then he cuts across. Last week or 2 weeks ago against Charlotte Lutheran, they were near the end zone, like on the 10-yard line. So then Stafford rolls left, and he waits, and then Madden clears the back end of the end zone, and he throws, and it's worked like 2 or 3 times already this year. But Stafford has really come a long way for him.
Yeah, he has. So that's St. Cat's. I'm taking St. Cat's. You're taking St. Cat's? Yeah. Okay.
Need you ask?
No, I don't. Delavan Darien at Waterford, as this Southern Lakes Conference is just highly, highly entertaining at this point. I was at the Lake Geneva Badger Elkhorn game last week, and Lake Geneva Badger wins again. Elkhorn gave them a good fight. It was a good football game, but Badger comes out on top there in a game they needed to win in the Southern Lakes. And now here you have Waterford, who plays a tough non-conference schedule, 6-2.
Yeah.
3 or 5-1.
So, are you surprised? Of course not.
I'm not surprised that Waterford's there at the end again, no.
No, he does a great job of running
Coach Bakken.
Coach Bakken. He's done a terrific job. And, again, if their offense can pick it up, their defense is going to be there every game.
Right.
So if their offense kicks in, they could be a sleeper in the playoffs. Nobody's thinking about Waterford right now. Nobody.
And they should be.
But that defense is exactly.
Year.
They'll play every game.
And you remember when Bakken was in here at the beginning of the year, he said, last year's team was nice, but this team plays with an attitude.
There
plays
you
with
go.
a little bit of an edge, kind of like their coach. So, from that aspect, when you get into the colder weather, all of a sudden it feels a little bit more hurtful when you get hit hard by a Waterford player and so forth. Watch out.
That's basically the hallmark of those Waterford teams, though.
Yep.
They are mentally and physically tough. And it's a reflection of the coach. He's a no-nonsense guy, and his players play the game that way.
Catholic Central, who took out Thomas More last week, playoffs again, what a shock. They go to Greendale Martin Luther. I'm rolling with Catholic Central. This seems to be Aldrich's calling card. End of the season, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen the script before.
Every year.
And the crazy thing is, Steve, they lost, 2 of their first 3 games. And if you recall, they lost to Kewanee, something like 41-7 in the first game of the year. And I can't tell you how many people have said, it's going to be a down year for Catholic Central. Tom Aldrich can coach. Let's face it. And they have everything going. They have like a 3-pronged attack. They got a good quarterback, good running back, good receiver. They're tough to stop.
So that's that game. I'm going to take Catholic Central over Greendale Martin Lutheran. Agreed?
2 thumbs up, Cisco.
All right, very good. Lake Geneva Badger at Union Grove. Badger rolls. We move on. Burlington at Royal.
Again,
would you stop with Union Grove? The season's over. I don't want to hear about it. Tell me next year.
Yes, they are going to be reckoned with next year. I think that program is definitely trending upward.
Good luck in 2014. Burlington at Elkhorn. This is a big game for both of these schools. I think it's a coin flip.
Big one for Elkhorn. Burlington's been eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate. And they've had like a roller coaster season.
Tell you right now, Hans Block is not going to just roll over for Elkhorn.
Absolutely not. No, how many miles are they separated?
Right.
Not
that's
very
not
far.
Happening.
That's a big rival right there.
No, that's not going to happen. Last year, Burlington beat them 44-19.
And the Elks aren't going to roll.
Elkhorn remembers that.
I think there's some locker room material up there.
And then the other game was St. Lutheran at Whitefish Bay Dominican. No need to even really get into that one at all or talk about that game. The one thing about this high school football season.
You're a tough host, you know that?
Yeah. The one thing about this high school football season, really, to me is...
reflective now?
Yeah. Because, the regular season's done here this week, and we get into the playoffs, and the majority of these schools we don't talk about anymore. So, from this high school football season, I think when you look back at it, you look back at St. Cat's dominance, obviously, and how well they've played.
You beat me to the punch, yeah.
And the other thing you sit back and you say, like we've been saying for years, is can we please get somebody in the city to do something? Yeah. And here we are again, just like last year, going, can somebody please do something? And we wait till next year now to see what happens.
It isn't over till it's over. Horlick's still got a chance, as we talked about. And if they do pull this off, that would be just a feather in the hat for Coach Fletcher.
Sure.
Because, they had issues all season long. And, again, it's been a bumpy road, but if they would get in, what a way to end it.
And one last thing. I know we're talking high school football, but on the way out here, I got to just point this out. The front page of the Journal-Ton sports section. Who is that guy right here? Who is that? This guy right here.
I give up. He looks familiar.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Bob Letch, right here on the front page of Racine Journal-Times. My guy, Coach Letch. Man for all seasons. Racine County Sports Hall of Fame, Coach Letch is going to go.
I know you're coming to the Hall of Fame banquet.
Yes.
Are you going to have, like,
Going to be there.
some kind of cards with Bob Letch? Like when you go to the Democratic or Republican National conventions and hold them up, Letch, Letch, Letch?
No, it's going to be like going to a WWE wrestling match. I'm going to have cool slogans on poster boards I'm going to be holding up. Yeah, that'll be good.
Are you going to start laughing when he gives his speech or something? Hey, Coach,
No.
hey, remember Junkies? Remember when he had the Christmas hat on?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Remember that? That had to be one of our greatest Junkies shows ever.
Yeah, looking forward to having Coach Letch back in here again this year and take him to a Bucks game. He is Gery
He wants to
Woelfel.
go to a Bucks game, you tell me.
I know he does.
As long as you buy, of course.
I had heard there was rumors he was thinking about getting season tickets this year. So if you see Coach Letch, tell him that, Sparky was saying he's going to get season tickets. Tell him it's a good idea. Season tickets for the Bucks and Coach Letch. He is Gery Woelfel. I'm Steve Sparky Fifer. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of High School Sports Junkies right here at RacineSportsZone.com.